welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
A very good Monday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout Live right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports.
Oh, boy.
We are live across the Edmonton Sports
let's
Talk
go.
audio stream channels, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, tune in, iHeartRadio, Apple Music. We are live on YouTube once it catches up, as there's a big delay on our audio stream for today, as well as we're on podcast. So thank you for everyone for tuning in. I could get this caught up a little bit better. Look at that. Just let me do this on the fly.
It's such a specific experience running a show that's also on YouTube. It's an adventure.
It'd be nice if, the YouTube would just catch up, but it doesn't want to catch up today. It will get there right away here. Matthew Iwanyk with you here on the show today. We got Wil Fraser, who it's been a long time since I've had you on the Hangout.
Yeah. You were threatening me the last time I was in the station, so
Was I?
yeah, you followed through on a threat, so that's impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, so good for you. You're really becoming an adult. Follow through. That's the biggest key.
It's just that I miss working with you in here, but you've been taken by the morning boys to do more over there, so
That's right.
that's been a shame.
Yeah.
Graham Mosimann, he has been a broadcaster in the city. He's now, if you know this voice, you'll be like, I know that voice. He's the PA announcer of your Edmonton Elks. Graham, thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, man. This is a lot of fun. I don't know, it's been cool to watch what this this company has done and how things have grown and changed, and the new digs are sick. They're so cool. It's a really cool space. So thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Oh, I'm very excited to bring you in, and there's a lot to get to. You just want to talk boxing today.
Well, that's what I thought you were bringing me in for. The Moses Toomey fight that happened over the weekend.
Didn't know there was a fight this week.
I did not know they still did boxing.
All right.
Okay. When you're not in Vegas,
I might need to be the ref now between you two.
No, it's a valid comment because UFC has taken over North America, and so Fight Fan in North America can be forgiven for thinking that boxing has taken a step back. But the truth is boxing is still the dominant fight sport in the world.
Oh yeah,
it's just
100%.
that we are purposely blinded to it because networks and Paramount and and Disney and all the above, because they have an ownership stake in UFC now, they purposely
there's extra incentive to who cares about boxing?
They
It's not as
purposely
important.
put
Yeah.
boxing on the back burner on all their websites and what have you. So there is a false idea that boxing is not boxing has not had a high water mark like this since probably early 90s.
Interesting. Okay, I had no idea.
Holyfield. Yeah, no, it is probably the healthiest it's been in a long time. And want to know why? As in all things in sports these days, it's because someone from Qatar has decided to throw all of their money at it.
That's how you fix sports, right?
Exactly.
You just get a bunch of Qatari money and call it a day.
Man. Yeah,
Who's got the Middle Eastern oil money? Bring them in. Although they haven't won it, they haven't fixed the golf, or they haven't won it for golf.
No, and they won't, because sports fans know what's going on, right? And they don't want to be bought off, and they also understand that the key to golf is not the names. It's what takes place on the course. And if you are not playing the best that week, no one cares if your name is Phil Mickelson or, take your pick of the guys who have taken the bribe to go and play with Live Golf. So golf was probably the worst choice that Saudi and Qatari money could have made, because there's actually, outside of a guy by the name of Tiger Woods, there really is no long-term brand value in a golfer if they're not playing well.
That's so true. And it's just to see the difference in how that kind of money going towards Formula One. And because Formula One is so built on legacy, and you have all this
Yes.
ingrained tradition from the Eccleston years to how it shifted with Drive to Survive and Liberty Media.
Yeah.
Then a bunch of Saudi money shows up and they can just hey, we don't have to worry about this stuff. There's so much legacy already. Just go nuts, make your cool shows, and we'll just print money and make the Canadian Grand Prix 4 times as expensive as it was 7 years ago, which I'm still upset about. I'm so mad.
Are you a long-term F1 fan?
No, so I got into Formula One. My best pal, he got me into it right before it blew up, and like a couple years
you're
pre-pandemic.
pre-Drive to Survive
Like
F1 fan.
barely.
Yeah,
like I watched
still.
a little bit, and then during like COVID, it was like, I'm gonna sit at home for hours and watch nothing but Danny Rick highlights because that's all I can do now. So like that was like my catch up on the history of the sport, and then like started watching like old races and got like back into some of the older stuff. Bring Back V10s is a show I listen to all the time, and it's real fun. So it gets like way into the history of Formula One.
Yeah.
It's so fun, man. What a weird. I don't even want to call it a sport, like a sport economy.
Yes.
It's its whole like own like country on a moment itself.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy, but it's so much fun. It rocks.
Just go on the wheels. They take it to the next city, and then they just take over a city, and to a degree, take over a country, depending on how big the country is.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. It rocks.
Did you ever get into Formula One at all?
I was a huge Formula One fan. I've talked about this on the other show. Open wheel racing
Thank you for calling it the other
was
show.
was
Did demote them.
was my jam for the longest time, and then Greg Moore died, and that gutted me like that. I remember like that whole week. I remember being gutted by it, and then I remember going through this whole sort of let's call it what it was guilt, right? It's that observer effect, right? Where you kind of have to deal with the idea that like, if me and a million people hadn't been watching, would Greg Moore be dead? Like that sort of question that you have to answer when you're dealing with an unsafe sport. And there is no sport that's less safe than open wheel racing. Open wheel racing is so dangerous. I mean, even NASCAR was super dangerous, but that was because guys are stupid, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that was because you had drivers and
You're bumping
ego.
each other and-
well, and like, I mean, you
You know, drivers that would show up that had no business being there.
Yeah.
They just had so much money. It was like, here, you want a car? Great. You get to go next to the
but
door.
even the
Yeah.
ego of like
Stroll.
the last
Well, he
the last death was because he refused to have his helmet tethered in. Right? It's not that the technology didn't
that's
exist.
a good point. Yeah,
It's-
that's real true.
Earnhardt, right? He just was kind of like, nah, those tethers are for babies, right? Like, and then so I was less bothered by accidents and deaths in NASCAR, knowing that was part of the point. But open wheel racing has tried its hardest to make things as safe as possible, while at the same time increasing speed, increasing downforce, and increasing the risks of what happens when things don't go right. So I've had a tough relationship with open wheel racing ever since Greg Moore's death.
Although I feel like they actually have made it safer. Like we've seen some ridiculous crashes
Right.
in like Formula
Yeah.
One.
No,
and
you're
they're
right.
getting up unscathed.
Yep. You're right. They have come a million miles from where they were. But that is even like, you saw that in downhill skiing as well, where all of a sudden they had to go, these courses that we love and cherish so much, they're death traps. We need to change our
And
courses.
fully rebuilt like sides of the mountains.
Yeah,
to make
exactly.
It work. Yeah.
And it's same thing happened in racing where they were like, I know you don't want protection on certain corners because you don't like the look of it, but we need to put in proper barriers that work. It can't just be hay bales and old tires.
Yeah, with like enough
Yeah.
space for cars to at least try to slow down.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's probably been the best change, is that us as the fans have no longer demanded that they be as unsafe as possible. Whereas, turn of the 90s, we used to get grumpy because they were slowing cars down. Right? We used to be like, well, that's not racing if they can't go as fast as possible. And then you'd go and watch some of those under tournaments. Nissan used to run it with like their Nissan Micras. I don't know if anyone ever watched it. They'd get like
I have no idea. I've understood about a third of the words for about a minute and a half.
would get like old school like drivers that have driven everywhere, and just put them all in identical Nissan Micras and then send them out onto the track. It was the best. I mean, they topped out at like 120 kilometers an hour, but when you slowed it down, it allowed for such creativity in the driving and what they were willing to do, that it was kind of a light bulb moment, I think, for a lot of race fans, where they're like, oh, right, I want to see racing. I don't want to see the fastest car, right? I want to see drivers think their way around the track and make moves. So it's actually what, like, if have you seen F1, the movie?
I haven't seen it yet.
If I was racing, I would
looks
make
so good.
10 more. Like, it is such a good, like, racing purists can be like, well, it's not real. Well, of course it's not real.
It's a movie.
Neither's Top Gun, man, but we love Top Gun.
Like, I thought that was a documentary.
Yeah, exactly.
I grew up in Stony Plain, man.
Exactly.
It was like that and The Patriot. Those were history classes.
Yeah. That's pretty much it, right? But it is.
Is it better than Driven with Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
That's not fair. You can't. Is anything better?
Like seriously, Brad Pitt perfectly encapsulates what your fictional favorite driver should be like.
Yeah,
right. Like
totally.
he just is spot on perfect, and everything else that goes on around it is it's just a wonderful movie. Like as far as being entertained for 2.5 hours, hits it on the nose.
I spent this summer working for a baseball team, and that like nerfed all of my movie time.
Yeah.
Because the baseball schedule does not stop.
Yeah.
And I think the Energy City Cactus Rats. With them for a little bit. And like there's a game every single day, and there's something going on every single day. It's like I finally saw Fantastic Four last week.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was good. A Marvel movie that doesn't make me get bored. It was good. It was a good time.
Yeah, it's I was scoreboard for the Capitals back in the day. Yeah, when they're in town, they're in town. Mm-hmm. And there's no guaranteed ending to some of those games where you're like, oh, so we're going extra innings. Awesome. Great. Couple extra hours here.
I love the WCBL though. Like there's so many cool people that work in that league and so many like interesting personalities that
baseball's full of weirdos. And the best kind of weirdos.
There's a lot lot of good weirdos. Like side note, congrats to the Regina Red Sox, WCBL champions.
Yeah.
Clearly a big story in this city. But yeah, no, it's on the list.
I'm so old. I started in the broadcasting business covering trappers.
Like when they had a beat report.
In the booth, every home series, I was there. Like and you would score it, and you'd go down and get interviews. And my favorite interview I ever did was a post game where Matthew Lee Croy had gone.
What a pull!
Had gone 0 for 4. With strikeouts, 4 strikeouts on the night. And so he was just a big old hoss from South Carolina. And you put the microphone and you're like, tough to hit the plate. Like, what do you think? Like, what were they doing to you that was giving you fits today? And he goes, oh, dang. I think I just shouldn't have had the whole bag of Cool Ranch before the game. And I'm just like, this is what I want from my athletes post game. Yeah. That's what I want. I want them being like, I should have on reflection. It was the bag of Cool Ranch Doritos.
The whole bag. See, not just, he didn't say no.
He wouldn't. He's not crazy. Bag. He's just saying he probably should have stopped at half.
Yeah. Okay. I could get a half in next time, not the full bag.
Or I just love the idea of him at bat just being like, ooh. Them Cool Ranch
ain't too much right. There's too much. He should have thrown them in the freezer though. That's the trick with Cool Ranch. You know this? You know this? Oh,
it's snowing around at this office a little bit.
Oh, really? Oh my God! It's changed my chip life.
Doritos in the freezer, at Hawkins Cheesies as well in the freezer.
Hawkins Cheesies. That feels upsetting, but I'm curious.
It intensifies the cheese flavor.
Dude, there's this musician from Hamilton. His name's B.A. Johnston. He's like, it's like half comedy, half real thing. Like I went to a show of his. He wore 10 T-shirts. All of them were from Giant Tiger, and they all have the Giant Tiger, just that. And he would just take a shirt off every song, constantly. And he has a song called "Rock the Hawkins," which I emotionally connect to. Because God, I love Hawkins Cheesies. They're perfect. This is a sports show, apparently.
Nice to be here. Don't worry. This is where the hangout goes. Hawkins Cheesies in the freezer. You will like it, I believe.
Most things in the freezer improves it, right?
I don't know.
Like
Hickory
Oreo
sticks. That's what's
blonde
Hawkins
Oreos
and
in the
hickory
freezer.
sticks are two things that have still stood the test of time. I feel like
I'm a large man. I haven't had a hickory stick in a hot minute. It's been a long time since I've gone back to hickory sticks.
David, they fill that bag up. Yeah, there has been no shrinkflation when it comes to
if you don't like
sticks.
Greasy hands, though. It's a disincentive for the
so okay,
so
if I eat chips with chopsticks.
Okay, you're a psycho.
No, it's like if I want look, a Hawkins Cheesy is great until you have
Which
to
is why
go to your
clearly
phone.
why you don't have hickory sticks, because who can do one hickory stick at a time?
Well, it's just patience. It's just it teaches you to enjoy the whole bag.
There's something about licking the flavoring off your finger, I think, a little bit too.
Exactly. I knew you were going to go there.
I have to.
What a pervert.
But you can do the same. You can do the same thing with a chopstick. It's fine.
You just
it's
gonna lick the chopstick.
Oh, Jesus! Stop it.
Just don't make eye contact, or do. It's your call. Chips with, I'm telling you, chopsticks and chips change your life.
Matthew Iwanyk eats with a mirror beside him.
To look into his own
just
eyes.
so he can look into it. Yeah.
No. The last thing I want to see is my own face for a lot of things. Chopsticks.
That's how he practices having dinner with other people.
I put up like 2 mirrors.
Yeah, 2 mirrors.
Yeah. What am
How's your soup today?
It allows him to check in, making sure
How is your salad?
he can appropriately mimic the proper human response to things.
Well, he's got to figure out where your eyes are going to go. You don't want him to go somewhere accidentally they should.
Maddie begins every morning with practicing his smile. He has pictures of smiles around his bathroom mirror, and he
Nope, not that one.
shakes it off.
No, I got like the side profile. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, you should be.
Mike Crosby says Hawkins in the freezer A+.
All right, okay, Mike, I'll give it a go.
And Mex Bezzozu says microwaving the Cool Ranch Doritos for a bit also intensifies the flavors.
I could see that because like I grew up in Stony Plain and there was like this little dumpy restaurant that was like on Main Street down from the high school. That's like I'm pretty sure since been torn down. And they would make their nachos.
Down from which high school?
Memorial Composite.
No, but which?
Oh, the old one that was
the
right,
old school. Yeah,
that has now been torn down.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know when did they tore it down. It's got to be a bunch of years ago now.
A long time ago. Yeah. You're that old.
Oh boy, let's go. We were talking about gray and beards this morning already, and I'm feeling it. But like there was this place, and it was in like one of those small town strip malls that like.
Dude, I'm from Stony Plain.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So do you remember Munchies that was just down from the tack and skate shop?
Tack and skate. Yeah, I remember that.
Stony Plain Tack and Skate. It was
3
doors down. There was this old man named Lloyd that ran it. He was the only person that would get high school students a tab.
Yeah.
How this man stayed in business, I have no idea.
Because he wasn't technically a business, I don't think. I don't know if that guy ever paid a tax.
He may have just walked in.
Everything was like
my
cash.
store now.
Yeah, like everything was handwritten and cash. Yeah.
But like,
I remember picking up boots from there, and you would have to point at which ones they were.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you'd be like, I'm here to pick up my boots, and you'd be like, okay, and you'd hand him a tag, and you'd be like, okay. And then you'd have to be like, the brown ones over there, and he'd like go along and like pick up 3, and you'd have to be like, no,
those ones. Yeah. But like, there's this little like restaurant, and they always made. It was the first place I ever went to that made nachos with Doritos. And it was life-changing for 15-year-old that smoked too much pot.
Yeah.
It was incredible. So like I get microwaving some Doritos. I see it.
I'm fascinated by nacho Doritos.
Dude, it's good. Like you feel like a garbage person. Like it's not a good feeling in the human body afterwards.
But you're also but I'm not.
But like
looking
you're
for
downing
that.
nachos. Yeah,
I'm not looking for that in that moment.
You've never done cheese whiz on top of like Doritos and then microwave that?
No.
Oh, dude.
Cheese whiz is the way to go too.
Yeah, or Velveeta. Velveeta's really. It needs
anything that's really gonna like go full latex on top.
It's got to be cheese that is not cheese but plastic.
Yeah,
like
because you don't want it to clash with the not cheese
of the Dorito. Dorito, no,
yeah.
Otherwise you have like natural flavors next to unnatural flavors, and that's just making God mad.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Of all the things I'll make God mad, why are you putting
Hammer
real
that
cheese
down
on
with
the
Code
Doritos?
Red? Yeah.
Oh, that's too far. No, that is beyond the pale. You cannot throw in some Mountain Dew Code Red on top of that.
That's just stoner delight right there.
Exactly.
Like that is just, there's somebody right there who's planning to get high later today. It was like, that sounds like a good idea. I'm going to remember this.
I don't know if I've ever actually drank a Mountain Dew in my life.
What?
I
Oh,
don't think
really?
I've ever had a Mountain Dew. No.
Well, then don't start. It's kind of like never doing heroin. Just, trust me.
Oh,
it's good,
get
but it's
hooked.
also bad at the exact same time.
Yeah, exactly.
I could see that.
It's a tobacco.
It's like Captain Crunch.
It tastes like grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a taste that you're like, this is good, but also like, this is terrible.
Yeah. Well, usually
I
it's
don't know
like,
what to feel.
I don't like this. And then you keep drinking. And you keep drinking.
Tobacco.
I don't really think you keep drinking it. Yeah.
I
I don't know when last time I had a Code Red.
Yeah. Like I said though, it's like Captain Crunch cereal. Like, did you ever have Captain Crunch?
I had it as a kid, and then the roof of my mouth was turned into cinders.
It's just pure fiberglass is what it is. You eat it, it shreds the top of your mouth, but then you want a second bowl. Yeah.
Oh boy. Cereal's gotten less good.
You've just grown up. That's
I know.
all.
Okay. Also,
Still doesn't take away from the fact that it's gotten less good.
Man.
I don't know. Oat squares rock pretty hard right now. I'm a big fan of oat squares. They're still good.
Yeah. Your body just craves fiber now. That's all that it is.
I'm still shaped like this. What have I done? Oh man.
I haven't had cereal in such a long time.
Oh, dude, cereal's amazing. Like cereal is so good. You can like slice up a banana, throw it on some like a bowl of Cheerios. Perfect. It's great.
I like how you've gone from using Doritos for nachos to this new delight of, well, you put bananas in this and it's just...
It's delicious. It's good.
As you get older, you don't delete cereal. You just invert when you eat it. It's no longer a breakfast cereal.
It's
a
just a
last
breakfast.
meal of the day.
It was never just a breakfast for me.
Yeah.
It's, you see, cereal is...
I just don't have milk in my house usually.
Why?
I don't drink milk.
That seems weird. Is it because your mom doesn't buy it for you? Is that why?
No. If I lived at home or if I went home, my mom would have milk.
Yeah, exactly. There would be milk there.
Milk, like regular milk goes bad so fast. Like also like I'm lactose intolerant, so we always get like the lactose free milk. And I don't know what sorcery happens, but it doesn't go bad nearly as fast. You know, like it lasts longer. It still tastes like milk. It doesn't make me feel bad. A bowl of cereal is great. Late night bowl of cereal. Let's go.
End of the day cereal. Try it.
Well, then I can get milk. You gonna buy me some milk next time you come in? You're gonna bring me some milk.
It's in the dairy section.
I know
it's
where it is.
next to the eggs.
I'm aware where the milk is. Yeah. It's by the coffee creamer. If I need it.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just I don't like it. I'm not gonna eat a bowl of cereal every night.
That's what you say now, but you also don't have cereal in your house.
I do. I just bought some. They were on sale.
What was it?
But you didn't buy milk.
Okay, well, Honey Nut or like
both. They were $2.
Well, that's pretty good.
Well, sounds
So
like
I was like, I need to get this because I will buy milk once in a while. And then like when I do have milk, I'm like, I want some cereal with it. But I just don't need the milk right now.
Okay, this is a rich tapestry we have uncovered.
You are just. Remember when we were talking about weirdos in baseball? Like, he is right in
that
there.
For how long? Yeah. You've always known that. It's taken Graham 28 minutes to learn this.
Yeah. I'm really excited to be here, guys. This is great. Thanks for having me.
This is great. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock already. Can I go?
Yeah.
No, I mean genuinely, like I was in radio for like a long time. Like I went to Nate when I was like, I don't know how they let me in. I think I might have still been 17. And I was in radio from when I was like out of high school up until like last September. And I genuinely miss just like the act of like sitting down with people and just like talking and being silly. It's so
off the air that makes the industry.
Yeah.
Well, it's off the air that made our industry. We're just awful people off the air.
Well, there's that part too. But it's the people that you have chats with. Dave Jameson always said it's the laughs off the air that translate on the air. You need a good
you got to have a good
people.
I think that's true of any workplace though, because like I've worked at some folks and with some folks, and you know, if you don't have a group of humans that like fundamentally enjoy being around each other, because they're literally your family for half of your awake day. Yeah. And if you're not having a good time being around them, like it's going to show up in your work. It's going to show up in a whole bunch of places. And like, how does anyone be functional for half of your waking hours if you don't like the people around? Like, it's hard.
Unless you get work from home.
Well, then I get to spend time with my dogs, and my dogs are perfect. So that's a good point. Do love being around with dogs.
I never got to do the work from home.
It's weird.
I know I would not like it in my condo. Too small of a condo.
Well, clearly, now that I've seen your new offices, you need Lebensraum, as a former world leader used to say. Hitler.
Thanks for filling that one in. Thanks for filling that one in, right? And didn't catch that one.
Gonna leave that.
He's the Hitler of Edmonton sports talk.
So I've heard. Look, yeah, I've been You're doing great. Oh my God.
This is his Sudetenlands expansion. That's what's going on with this new office. Yeah. You don't know
It's
that
a great
either?
space.
Yeah.
It's a great space. Well, it's so weird because like I've been like a lot of us we've all been in media for like a long time. Like our paths have never really crossed. Yeah. I only moved back to Edmonton. Like I went to Nate, went to Fort McMurray, like Grand Prairie, Winnipeg. Like it was all around. I didn't come back to Edmonton until 2021, and like that was still like we weren't really out doing anything at the time. Like everyone was still like kind of locked in, and so like I only started meeting people like in Edmonton, even though like I'm from here, in the last like 2 years.
Right.
And it's been like very weird but very cool because like I remember your old show and like I've known about you forever. Like I know we got a lot of like mutuals that are cross paths, but like I've not met a lot of the people here, so it's like it's weird to sort of half know everyone but not half know anyone. It's the internet's also changes everything. It makes you think you know people that you really don't.
Now, there was this past weekend, Ryan ran into someone that he knew,
Ryan Meyer.
but it was just through Insta.
Yeah.
They'd followed each other or something, and it was just like, oh, okay.
This is You're absolutely hitting the bullseye why I'm not on social media.
Yes, you are.
Well, no, the
Will for hire on Twitter.
the ghost of me is out there somewhere. I
Where
don't
are you
think
on
I
Insta?
technically have the.
Didn't you use Insta?
I don't think I technically have the
Instagram is honestly one of the only ones that I kind of like. Like Twitter is like still fun sometimes.
Twitter's just there because
Come
There's
on,
nowhere
guys.
else for it to
It's
go.
a
It's
mess.
the news.
It's a
Why don't call it a
mess.
Yeah,
it is
If
a
it's
mess.
Twitter on this show, please get it
There's
correct.
nowhere else for you to go though. Like Blue Sky's not
Fraser
it.
TSN 1260 on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, see, it's good that you still have you got to keep that handle just in case.
Yeah, don't worry. Our morning host
I think
still has
that-
that handle on
That
Twitter.
makes me laugh every time.
Nielsen TSN 1260 on
Like,
Twitter.
I tagged Dusty in something this weekend, and I was like, "You're still 12. Wow. I mean, you don't want to lose that blue sticker."
He didn't know what to go to. So he's just not changed it.
Why not? I don't think people think of handles the same way that like people that were on Twitter back like in 2013 think about it. I think it's just like a human being, like a name or a bot and then a bunch of racial slurs.
Or just a bunch of random numbers.
Yeah.
6,
That's
3, 5, 6,
that's telling you to
6.
go unalive yourself. Yeah. That's usually how it goes. It's a great place.
It's awesome. You should get back on, Will.
No, dude, it's a hellscape. It
you on
just
Blue
makes
Sky?
you hate people.
Aren't you on Blue Sky?
I did sign up for Blue Sky, and then
Have you ever
immediately
gone
was like, "Oh yeah," and then was immediately like, "No, thanks."
Yeah, I can't remember
This
the
is
last-
obnoxious.
I can't remember the last time I was on Blue Sky.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
worth it.
fine. It's better than X.
It is
but
because you're not going to get destroyed with some
Yeah.
things, but it's also I don't want just pure echo chamber.
yeah, but
Yeah.
that's all social media is now.
He's not wrong. You're not wrong.
Everyone has silo. My wife and I just found a show on Prime. It's out of Australia. It's called Class of '07. It's fun and hilarious, and it should be one of those shows that like everyone talks about Monday morning at the water cooler. But we don't have that anymore.
I've never heard of this. Yeah, no,
Right, exactly.
I watch a lot of Prime.
Like it's
Never
one
heard
of
of
those. Well, we had never heard it. We literally stumbled across it, but it is like it's so fun, so well written. It's one of those shows that like. Remember the first time you heard about the UK version of The Office? Right?
Yeah,
Like, and people
long
would be
time
like, you got to watch it. And then everyone slowly but surely watched it. And then they created, like, that doesn't happen anymore. Like, media is so scattershot and random.
Because you can find like the show that like perfectly speaks to you and what you like.
Right, exactly. That
there's
just
not, like-
reinforces
Yeah,
everything.
Which it does, yeah. But like, what was the last big water cooler show? Like, what, House of the Dragon? Maybe.
Yeah. It is HBO's The Last Bastion.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like Last of Us has that to a degree.
Totally, yeah.
White Lotus has had that.
White
for a
Lotus
little
is
bit.
actually, yeah.
I've not seen White Lotus yet. It's on the
I think
list.
Succession was probably the biggest
I
one
am
for
just-
HBO.
I am just watching Succession now. I just got through season 1.
I am
What a
jealous
show.
of you that you get to watch that for the first. Like that is one of those shows I wish I could rewatch.
Oh my God.
Without knowing what's happening.
It's
that is one of my favorite shows ever.
It's incredible. The first season like kind of messed me up like a little bit with like a couple of things. Like it's funny. I felt bad because like you made a heroin joke, and then I got kind of weird.
Is it because of your heroin?
It was,
Are you holding right now?
I am. How'd you know? No, like so. Like I've been sober for like 6.5 years. Like
for you.
I was. Thanks, man. I like falling down drunk and drug use. Like it was bad times. I don't know how I didn't lose my job, but like in the first season, when Kendall Roy like relapses, like I had to stop watching because I was like,
It was triggering. Hey,
literally how he was
yeah,
talking to his dad. There's one scene where there's just this like casual meanness.
Yeah.
And like I remember having like something at one of my like really bad moments where like that's how I talked to my dad. And I was like, oh, this is too much. I need to go take a break and watch Star Trek for a little bit to feel better.
Did you phone your dad up and apologize again?
I have since talked my dad through it. I love me and my dad have a great relationship. I love my dad to bits. Gary's great. But like, yeah, it was just a little too much. I was like, oh, I need to go take a break and watch some people in space be silly now.
Yeah.
It was a lot. So
But
like
that was a massive show for I think the conversation, like going into the last season,
big time. Yeah.
everyone was talking about that one. I feel like.
Yeah, well,
was
like
a
I
big
said,
one.
HBO's the last one. It's interesting
Some
to me
people are saying
because
Severance too.
because Apple TV is putting out similar quality to what HBO
They're
is,
losing
but
a crap
for
ton of money because of that.
Yeah.
but for
But they're
whatever
putting out the
reason,
content.
people are not tuning into it. Like I don't know if any of you guys use Apple TV.
I think it's just one too many extra services.
but it.
I
like,
think Apple TV just feels like one that it's like, well, do I need Apple?
but it's crazy to me, like because I flip around, like I'll choose different ones for a month, and like so every 6 months I'll get Netflix for a month.
we'll fire up a new email address, do a little trial.
Well, and Netflix is just garbage. Like
Well,
it
'cause
is
they make shows for like 3 seasons.
Yeah, it's just-
They
that's
got
it.
good docs, I find.
it's just lowest common. Like the quality that is out there, it's still out there, but there is not the same
Yeah.
curation.
Well, so
going on.
I for a couple of years I've hosted like panels at Calgary and Edmonton Expos, and like one thing that I've heard like from people on stage when people are like, hey, you were on this great Netflix show. What happened? Every single actor who's done like some Netflix stuff has always said they get to a point where they have to start paying actors our what we're due in terms of like healthcare and a pension
Yeah.
and syndication rights, and then they cut them immediately.
Yeah.
and
they don't want success of their shows because
No.
then it's going to cost them a lot more
Yeah,
money.
they just want
and
content.
all they can do, because what they just need to do is they like that, because that Netflix algorithm is so good. It's like your TikTok algorithm. It gets such a sense of you. They figure out like the 7 things that they need to put in a show to make sure it'll go huge for a little while, get
Yeah.
a bunch of subscribers, and then they've spent their 100 million or whatever, and they're like, it's good. That's all they need. That's all they need out of it. It's just disposable, bummer ass content.
Yeah.
And it stinks.
Well, and people just watch everything on like play the next one, right? Like
Yeah, you just binge your way through it.
Yeah.
And I don't. That's one thing I do like about like the HBO shows.
Well,
They make you
I
wait.
like the wait. I love the
that's
wait.
what the water cooler used to be about. Was we
Because
have a week to go. Let's speculate.
You get the trailer,
Yeah.
and you try to dissect what 20 seconds you
Yeah.
saw from that trailer. You spend all week waiting, like,
Yeah.
and it just makes the week go
Yeah,
by a
it's-
little bit quicker. 'Cause you're
it's
like,
what
I
a-
just,
it's
I
what a
just can't wait for the next episode, and
Yeah.
it's just
It's
all you're
deep down
focused
inside
on.
what a sports fan
Yes,
loves about sports is not so
That's a
much.
great pull, yeah.
Like there's a lot of sports fans that think what they love is the games. They hate the games. They hate watching games.
It's stressful. It's exhausting,
it,
and you're
it
getting
gives
mad
them
half the
irritable
time.
bowel, all of that.
Yeah.
What they truly love is the gap between games. That's what sports fans love.
I will argue the best part of the NHL season is like the last couple weeks before training camp starts. Like just when the GMs show up again,
Yeah.
trades start to kick up again. It's so much more fun to talk about your teams like with hope and looking
Yeah.
forward than to be like, oh man, the power play sucks,
Yeah.
or like, geez, like why is our defensive line not doing whatever?
Yeah.
Because like there's no, you can just like hope and project, and it's so fun. Because like, especially, I don't know, deep down, like everyone wants to like play their little like be Madden or like NHL, where you can like dream of this perfect team you can try to put together.
The perfect example is what's coming out of like Vancouver these days about the Canucks, right? Where it's kind of like
pure hopium.
Yeah, where it's like
100% pure hopium.
yeah, Pedersen revenge tour, man. This is the year that he comes back and shows everyone what he's made. Like it's just that.
everyone. It's the hope.
Yeah,
Every start of the
exactly.
it's
Pure
a
hope.
day
And
trust
of
me,
all sport. NFL is going to
the
start up in a couple
reason-
weeks.
Yeah.
Everyone's hoping.
Yeah.
We're going to make the playoffs this year.
I'm in full hopium mode for college football. Like
Who do you got?
okay, so I kind of jump around a little bit because like I got into college football when like the old games came out. Like the last one I think was 2014, and then like I watched for a bunch of years and kind of lost back at it, and then I started watching the last couple of years again, and after last year, I'm gonna watch so many South Carolina Gamecocks games everyone I can find.
Gamecock.
I just want to see Lenore Sellers be incredible, and I think he's gonna be unbelievable. And it's also fun to yell "Go Cox." I'm not gonna lie, it's. And there's a 6-year-old here. I'm like, yeah, it's fun. It's fun to yell "Go Cox."
Yeah, again,
it's just fun.
I don't get in trouble for it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
they're live. That's not his name, Sir Big Spur. They're cocky. Is there a guy in the suit? It's everything silly. College football's so goofy and it rocks.
It's amazing. It
so
starts
much
this
fun.
week, Saturday. It's week 0 and away. Week 1 goes 2 weeks. 22 Iowa State taking on 17 Kansas State. That's the big opening game, 10 a.m.
In Dublin.
This Saturday. Is that in Dublin?
That is in Dublin, yeah. Kansas State had
Awesome.
put this really cool, kind of like Celtic stripe on their helmets. That's super fun. Because it was Georgia Tech and say Florida State to start in Dublin last year. And that was
You might be right on that.
And that was pretty fun. Because
Notre Dame went out there a couple years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, I think so. And they always put little. The thing I love about college football is the uniforms are, some of them are insane and so much fun. They're half of them are the CFL signature series. If you remember that from 10 years ago when the Riders had watermelon helmets. The uniforms are goofy, the traditions are weird. Man, college football rocks. I'm so excited.
Amazing. It is it has surpassed the NFL for me
It has for me.
It goes CFL, it goes NCAA, it goes NFL for me.
Yeah.
Again, I enjoy the NFL. When playoffs come, it's even better. I do love it. But give me call. If you said, okay, you get two games to watch this weekend, I'd be like, okay, I'll take a CFL and NCAA.
Yeah, it's the best way to do it because the upsets are fun. It's great. You're looking a little bit college football, not as much as your zone.
Wow. The moment that they don't call themselves college sport anymore, I'll be happy.
They're getting paid big time now.
Well, but that's my point. Is they are not student athletes. They are professional athletes who happen to play at a university.
And but they deserve to be paid though. That was the thing.
I agree, man.
Money hand over fist.
I agree, but which is why it's then can we stop with the charade of the student athlete?
Yeah.
How many communications grads can one football program put out?
There was an art major, Notre Dame last year.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
There was a hurricane who went for 9 college seasons.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those situations where they purposely keep one academic kid on their roster who can maybe do some special teams, just so that when people are like, this isn't college sports, they can drag out the one kid.
Hey, look at this nerd. He wears glasses.
With a GPA.
But he's ours.
Yeah,
Look
with
at
a
our
GPA in a real subject that they can go, no, see?
Look at this engineer.
See? That's why I'm just can we, junior hockey has its own problems, but at the very least, they're not walking around calling them student athletes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? That they're kind of no, this is a developmental system to hopefully get them into the professional ranks. Yeah. And we need a gap in between 18 and about 22 where these guys can hone their skills, because the difference between an 18-year-old and a 28-year-old is monumental.
And do you buy into all those, because there's so much fear about oh no, the CHL is going to get ripped apart by NIL money. How much do you buy into that? Because I don't. I think it's a lot of overhype for a couple players that are unbelievable.
I think the CHL is going to lose the top players.
Yeah,
probably.
It's going to be a long time now, maybe, where we're going to hear with the first overall pick from the OHL, the QMJHL, the WHL,
probably
blank. Those players are going to now head to the NCAA, get the payday before draft day.
Yeah.
But then there's still everyone else. And there's not going to be that much money from
I just hope
to get all the players.
I just hope that we see a proper realignment. I've always had a problem with the fact that the CHL has a ton of teams that are playing in the United States.
Oh, you want them out?
I hope that this
big
finally
Birmingham Barracudas hater.
Well, no more Spokane or Portland or if I have
Kyler Yamamoto.
If I have an
Chiefs,
above average 14-year-old who can play hockey, but to reach his goals, he has to leave home at the age of 16 and go to Portland to play hockey. That is not a good situation for your kid. It's a great situation. It's a great situation for the hockey teams and the value of those franchises that keep going up and up. But for a 16-year-old kid to leave his home, leave his mom and dad, his siblings.
The hockey season's long. Hockey season is long. That's
at the very least, you should know that the education that they are trying to get is a transferable education, right? Like the tragedies that have happened from kids that leave home way too early far outweigh any of the benefits, right? So
interesting.
So
Okay.
if this leads to those American teams being like, this lawsuit just came down and we're now paying these kids, and the Canadian teams don't have to pay these kids. Like if that happens, that is actually, to me, that is progress, right? Those American teams should have their own division and their own league.
I think it's the first time I've actually heard like a parent-specific perspective on it. I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really do.
Well, like, listen, there's a lot of parents that would disagree with me because they're living vicariously through their 16-year-old son who is doing something that they didn't feel like they got the chance to do.
Or they got hurt and didn't have their dream fulfilled.
People have asked me, like, what would you do if your kid was a good hockey player and was showing interest? I've always said, I'd keep them out of the CHL. I'd go tier 2. I'd go and find whatever
AJBC.
and I'd pick my spot, right? Because you can. There is no draft. So you get to go and pick the coach that you trust. You pick the organization that you trust. And then you go and pick the university in the United States with the coach and the program that you trust.
There's a lot of good junior B hockey out here. Like, it's not the jungle B anymore. Like I did some work last year, like doing like PA for the Edmonton Royals, and that's junior B hockey. Like I remember at one point, you just go to that league, just fight people for like a couple days a week, and like the hockey's really good. It's high skill, and like the coaching that they're getting is especially depending on like what your like kind of family setup is. If you want like maybe the academy route is not something like you can afford. There's a lot of really great coaches and people that like really care and just like want to impart good skills and make people better hockey players. So I don't know. Shout out to the Edmonton Royals. They've been like had a nice year last year, building on some stuff. So yeah, shout out to those guys.
Listen, when it comes to football in Europe, I am
Talking soccer, footy.
Yeah, footy. I am partial to it, and it is in no way perfect. Like
Oh, what is though?
their
perfect?
program
Edmonton
still.
Sports Talk.
Oh, look at
their
that. He's got a
programs
point. He's got a good point.
Still have their abusive elements, but the idea that if I've got a 9-year-old kid that shows some promise, and an organization comes along and says, "Mom, Dad, you don't have to pay a dime. We're going to put him into our camps. We're going to develop him." Like that seems like a way better system than a draft.
And you get to pick which one that is
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Like you could have 3 clubs come to you.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
There's no draft or anything like that.
Yeah, so-
and they all have their youth academy. So if let's say Real Madrid and Barcelona both came to you and said, "We want your kid,"
Like
you could be like, "Pound sand to both of you. We
someday,
want to go to Germany."
if I could see the end of the draft in professional sports,
The draft is
that-
fundamentally like it is unethical.
It is unethical,
It is fully unethical.
right? Like,
Well, it's sports socialism.
Yeah.
well, it's not just it's sports slavery is what
Well,
it
it's
is,
both.
right? Like
It's
it's
if you're a bad
I'd argue
team.
more that point than socialism.
But it's your bad team, so here we're going to reward you with the best young player coming up
Yeah, but but
because we want a parity in this.
well, that's
but
just
then you're right on the other part.
You can design a draft to give the best team the first overall pick. The problem isn't that bad teams benefit. The problem is that you are telling a kid that the only way that they can pursue their employment is if they go to the exact situation that you tell them to go,
yeah.
right? Like that's the problem. Is it's inherently against the way that a free market is supposed to operate. And then secondly, because of it, it allows junior organizations to be like, yeah, you want to get ahead. Mom and dad are going to have to get a second mortgage, and they're going to have to pay for extra coaching in the off season, and sticks cost $400, and this costs, like, you talk to a guy with a 12-year-old kid playing regular hockey, and they don't have family vacations anymore. The family goes to hockey games.
Yeah,
That's it.
I
right?
love playing house. I loved playing house league when I was a kid.
Sure.
It was so much fun. And then I remember at one point it started to get weird.
Yes.
And I think it was around when I was like 13 or 14, and I ended up flipping over to roller hockey. And I remember that being like the best thing I ever did. Because
Right.
like the stakes were so much lower. No, like kids were smoking dope before games. Like it was not high level. It was
Right.
it was just like You get to
It was
have
just
fun.
Have some fun and
it
enjoy
was just
ourselves.
designed around
Great.
fun.
It was
Yes.
great. It was the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and so
Does it
like
even have a roller
you
hockey league?
look at what happens in Europe and the way that those kids, in a lot of ways, their families get to call the shots.
Yeah.
That's a better system than having a guy who owns a franchise that he wants to increase its value by $2 million so he can sell it to the next sucker that wants to lose money running him a junior franchise. That is just fraught with abuse.
I love how we just fixed sports.
Well,
We fixed all the sports.
Adam's Steve Sandor's point about drafts is so true. Imagine being the best law student and now you have to work at the worst firm in the country. Makes no sense.
No,
That's a
but
great point.
But once again, that's not the problem with the draft. The problem with the draft is not that you have to go and work for the worst law firm. It's the fact that you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Or if you do try to be like, I'm not going there, you get ripped and destroyed in terms of how dare you be
get Eric Lindros,
this person who is going against the rules and you're a bad egg. Unacceptable.
I mean, we know that. Like, we've heard enough of that in this particular city. I remember like when Bill Daley pulls up the gold card. Well, he's not going to go to Edmonton. Oh, he won't go. He'll never. He'll sit out for a year.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, that's just because there's a lot of people who live in this city that still think it's a 600,000 person city. They have no concept of what Edmonton is. It's crazy to me. You have Edmontonians who have lived here their whole life who have no idea what the city of Edmonton is.
I think there's still a perception of that though, like around Canada.
Yes,
a lot of places,
absolutely.
That Edmonton is still this like, tiny, like 600,000 person like.
When you go, no, it's
town.
1.4 mil. And like it's interesting. There's a couple of YouTube channels that I follow. There's one, and this is so just my weirdness. He calls himself City Nerd, and he just does deep dives on like.
So he's a
cities.
true city nerd.
Yeah, he does cities and city transit and stuff like this.
He's the guy that like analyzes every transit.
Yeah,
map?
exactly.
And
that's
a good channel.
He recently,
It's a good fun.
He recently just got brought to Edmonton to do a sit and talk or whatever. But he's out of the States, and like he did a deep dive on Edmonton, and all the metrics that he put up were that Edmonton hits like 10 times, like 10x above where it should be. Like, first of all, its city size is comparable to any mid-tier city in the United States. Its transit, however, ranks it closer to New York than it does any of those mid-tiers.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like, the transit numbers that Edmonton puts up are ridiculous, which is funny because people in Edmonton are like, transit sucks. And it's like, I don't think you've been to a real city. Then.
Oh,
like,
I know. I lived in Calgary for 6 years, and transiting around that, unless you're trying to go to one specific place, have fun. Yeah.
People who are like, I had to wait 20 minutes for the bus today. That sucks. And it's kind of like, I don't think you know what transit is, man. Like,
It sucks though, because like when that 20 minutes, it's minus 40.
Yes.
and
that's what it is.
And you're already like 10 minutes late for work, and
but it's
still
also
fine to get there.
It's also because, like they've talked about this. People used to move more, right? Like for example, my mom's from Chicago, my dad's from St. Catharines, Ontario, right? And they met in Nebraska, and they ended up in Stony Plain. And they're like, when you talk to people of that sort of generation, it was just normal that you would not just move houses, but literally move cities, provinces, and states and countries.
I do get a lot of weird looks when people are like, "How many cities do you live in?" I was like 7.
Yeah,
I can't
exactly.
keep that bunch.
And whereas now people, like, for example, the housing crisis, which is real to an extent, is somewhat exacerbated because people don't do starter homes anymore. You talk to a 28-year-old.
I love my starter home.
Right. You talk to a 28-year-old.
I have my own slumlords.
who's still living at home, and you're like, why haven't you moved out yet? And they're like, well, I can't afford it. And you go, can't afford what?
Well,
and they
so
go,
I
they go
don't-
to
I-
2,200 square feet, three
Those
bedroom,
things
3
can still be
bath.
quite expensive.
I'll
these days.
push back a little bit here because I don't think like the mortgages are. Man, we're getting really into it now. Like I don't think mortgages are the problem, because like I have a lot of friends that, like their rent is more than I pay in a mortgage. Like I'm very lucky to own to own my house. Really, really lucky too. Like, but my fiance and I only got our house because I was lucky enough to be working at a job that at the time would pay me in lump sums of cash twice a semester. So I get like 25% at the start of the semester. At the rest of it, once I was done teaching, I'd get the rest. And it'd be like a chunk of money that was enough for a down payment. I never gonna save that up. Never gonna save that. It would take me ages to do it. So like I don't think it's the mortgage part. I think it's the down payment part, and like so many barriers are in front. Like that people like, oh, bank is like, I can't trust you as a 30-year-old to cover your mortgage unless you have 15, 20 grand just sitting in the bank.
But then go spend more on your rent. Good luck.
Exactly.
I do think it's also a taste for discomfort. Like I just don't think people like the first place I moved into when I was 18 years old was a basement suite in a 1948 home. The ceiling was 7 feet and 6 in certain areas.
Walk up to school both ways in the snow.
No, but like one bathroom, like it was a hole. It was an absolute hole. But I was 18 years old and I didn't have to follow my parents' rules.
I have a little push on that though too. Is that nowadays those type of homes get torn down to build infills
and replaced by stuff. Yeah,
it's true.
Which because it's now 2 properties.
Yeah.
So there's less of those to go find because if you are that younger person who's like, okay, well, I can afford this,
But
somebody's going to pay more for it because they're going to just bulldoze it.
I also
and
had
put
like
properties.
a luxury infill that is
and
not
put
affordable.
two properties.
I also
whatever it
had
is,
a
and now
roommate.
it's like I don't have anything.
Like I always had a roommate.
Yeah.
Like that's the other like I just think that there is less appetite for discomfort and moving than there used to be.
I don't know about
Right?
that. I think there still is. I just think there's less options.
Yeah, I'm with Matt.
And there's more people wanting
I think
and then that raises the prices
I
in
think
itself.
it's-
There used to be, let's say,
you're wrong
20
about-
starter homes, and there'd be 20 people that want them, so everyone could get one.
Yeah.
Now there's 10 starter homes, and 20 people want them, and now those prices
I disagree
come up even
because
more.
you just said starter home. I'm talking about like just move out. Like the fact is that young people right now will not move out unless where they're moving into is as comfortable as what they're leaving.
I don't think it's just because of that. I stayed home
I don't
late.
think it's exclusively that. Yeah, I'm with Matt
I was
here.
saving money.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are just trying to take the advantage of, I'm going to use this to save money because I know when I go into the market, it's going to cost me a lot more.
You're a different cat. Like you were,
I think there's a lot of people that are more similar to that one.
You were saving money progressively at a very early age. You have been a miser your whole life.
I haven't
think
heard
that's
the
more
term
standard.
miser in a hot
That's
minute.
exactly what he is.
I think
though.
that's more common though, is that people are just it's too expensive,
Yeah.
so they're staying home to save.
I think that's the thing. No, I think that's really
their
fair.
taste is too expensive though. Like even you, like Maddie, you live in a condo,
Yeah,
right? Like you don't live in a single detached home with a garage, right? You live within your means. Most people your age are like, oh, I couldn't do that. I can't live in a condo. I can't have neighbors. Like I can't live on the same floor as people. Like the tastes for what people want, they want what their parents have, and their parents got that through multiple successive like
Lottery wins in the economy.
Well,
in houses that were growing value.
houses that were yeah, but listen, I had a weird condo that increased in value, and then I built my I lived in
that doesn't exist the same way though anymore. Like it doesn't exist. You can't just like buy a house and go in 4 years. This is going to be worth 30 grand extra. That's not the same anymore. Yeah.
Well, depends on where you are. If you live in Calgary, for example, that's still what is happening, right? Like if you live in, for example, Spruce Grove, which is one of the fastest growing communities in all of Canada, and it's because
why they're not Stony?
Because they don't have as much red tape.
Okay.
Like they just don't get in the way. And not only that, but they encourage multiple types of buildings. So like they talk
Stony
about
Plain likes to be. We want to be a big McMansion-y kind of suburb.
Yes, that's exactly it. So
when I grew up, when I was in Stony, it was 6,000 people. It was little, and then it turned into a suburb in 10 years.
The Grove is building what they call that missing middle. So there's the fourplexes, the small like eight room apartments, that sort of a thing, and they are springing up everywhere. I go for runs there all the time, and all I do is run past signs that are like 1,400 square foot. Attached, so like fourplex with garage, starting at $199, and I'm just kind of like, I don't get why people are like, I can't afford things, because $199
saving up the down payment's hard.
Right?
It's so hard.
I agree,
so hard.
But $199, you can get into that. But the problem is that everyone's like, I want my yard, I want my driveway, and I want people to leave me alone.
I think there's just like kind of parallel though, like This is, I think, why people would talk about like, everything's too expensive. Like people have less disposable income. You know, like there's a reason why when you look at an Oilers game or go to an Oilers game, like the top seats are still like they're still empty because like it's an expensive product. Like going out to do stuff, is expensive. So like.
There's one of the reasons because where we got, I just want to point out that part of how we got
were
here
just turned
was
here,
we're talking about like cereal and stuff.
Yeah.
Did we really? Oh my God, we did start in cereal.
We pretty much started over there and we got all the way to this. But like cereal has gone so expensive. It's just like I see $2. It's like, I need to buy this now because it's expensive. But it's all a microcosm of everything that costs just that $1 or $2. Have you seen the price of coffee these days?
Yeah, man.
I make all my coffee at home now. I make all my coffee at home now.
Do you roast your own?
Okay, like
I've looked into it.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
I have looked into it because you have no idea how upset I've been when I walk through the coffee aisle now, and there's a tin of even Maxwell or Folgers used to be like $9, and now it's $24, and I'm going, this is ridiculous. So I have looked on TikToks of how easy is it to roast your own coffee. It's not that hard. The only problem is it's very messy. That's what I've learned, and I don't want to deal with the mess.
I got a pellet smoker. I bet I could like throw something together. I'm sure it would work.
You can do it on a cast iron pan, or you could buy a certain thing and it just roasts it. And after the second crack, it's done, crackle. Yeah. But it makes all these shells. You got to shake it, and the shells just go everywhere and make a mess.
Oh, okay, all right.
I have looked into this. I also am curious about adding flavoring to it and stuff.
I want to know.
There is a chance I might one day roast my own coffee beans.
I want to know what your TikTok feed looks like because I'm now fascinated.
It's weird stuff. It can go all over the place. For a period of time, I did get a lot of people roasting their coffee beans. The machine that I saw a lot is probably like $400.
Yeah.
The boys at Do Not Destroy, they work for SNL. They have a classic sketch, which is they're out on dates and the girls are like, it's a fun game. Let's show everyone our Instagram feeds. And,
I've seen that one.
And the guys are like, the one guy was like, nope. I'm not doing this. And the other guy's, it would ruin the evening.
That's so true, though. That's so valid.
Mine could go all over the place. What is my first one that pops up here? There's a Star Wars thing for Jabba the Hutt. Somebody making origami of Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, that's all right. I get a lot of corgis and cooking videos.
Corgis who cook or cooking of corgis?
All of this first one.
It's been a while since I got a roaster one.
I swear, because I never thought I'd be a corgi person. Then we kind of accidentally got one. It's all my.
You just like attitude.
That's all. Oh my God, they're so dumb and so sweet. Dude, my dog's so dumb. She's got one brain cell on the best days.
They think their legs are longer than they are.
They're not even legs, dude. They are snubs.
Yeah.
That tiny dog has nubs.
Yeah.
And she's doing her best. Oh, man. Hey, I'm curious, what's the chat been like? What would you talk about?
It's all over the place. There was a lot of discussion earlier on movies and stuff. Big Uke does say less options, less affordability. It's not comfort-based, Will. But then Van Owen says, Will is correct. I have the exact same experience with my kids. But I doesn't have granite countertops, is the quote.
Yeah. Listen,
so there's those type
this
of
isn't
things.
to say that there isn't a housing shortage. Yeah. I think that there is. But I also think part of the problem is that the people who want to enter the market have unrealistic expectations of what their first home should be.
I when I was living in Calgary, I was married to someone who was very, very, very wealthy. And she bought this crazy condo, a townhouse we had with cash. I was like, all right, sure. I'm just a kept man. This is great. And then I moved back to Edmonton. Life changes, and my fiance now, we both grew up not the wealthiest people. So we were looking at houses. We were like, that one's a little sloped, but that's okay.
Right.
We can put up with that.
Yeah.
It's we don't live in a great neighborhood or adjacent to not a great neighborhood, but that's fine. I'm my own slumlord. We have a big yard. The dogs are happy. It works out.
I do want a yard. I do miss a yard.
Yards
are great.
It would get into your head, man. You couldn't handle a yard.
Honestly, it sucks.
What do you mean I couldn't handle a yard?
It kind of sucks.
I love it.
It's awesome, but
yards
it's exhausting.
Before I left, when I was living at home, I took care of the yard for a couple of years.
You should. You were living there for free.
Yeah. I'm aware, but I enjoyed it. But I also enjoyed it. I want my yard again.
I will say it is.
My parents have friends with 40-year-old children who have moved home because of situations or whatever. And those people who are in their 80s are still mowing their yard. And it infuriates me. I'll talk to my parents. I'm like, well, so how's Carol? Well, she threw her back out. Well, how did she do that?
Mowing the lawn.
She was mowing the lawn. I'm like, Doesn't her 42-year-old son live at home? Yeah. So why is she mowing the lawn?
Now here's the trick. You got to turn that lawn over to Clover. Yeah. Don't have to mow it as much.
No.
It's all fluffy.
Nice.
It's real
And you
good.
get the bumblebees.
You do get the bumblebees.
Water that, keep it nice and lush, cut it every 5 days, pristine.
There's too many other things to do to cut my grass every 5 days. Clover, baby. Let's go. Let it roll.
I miss the art. I want the art. I would enjoy. I wouldn't bother me at all.
No,
I love the art.
You wouldn't think it bothered you, but anyone observing you would be like...
There's only one thing that bothered
anyone
me.
Who knew Maddie would be like,
Nope.
Yard's really getting into his head.
There's only one thing that bothered me. It was mushrooms.
Yeah, mushrooms.
And it was my neighbor that had them.
He'd get fairy rings and it would just
Because you have to
drive him
go
crazy.
pick them before you cut, because then you're going to spread that stuff and it's going to go all over your yard. And it was all my neighbor. It was all on his side. And I'd have to go cut, and I'd have to go and pick every little one.
Mushrooms are gross, though.
It's a mycelium network. It's all underground. You can't do anything about it.
I know, but but the thing is, if you cut it with your blade, and your blade gets that, and then you take it to your backyard, you're going to spread it, and then you're spreading across. It does. That one does.
That's how spores work. I watched The Last of Us. I know how that works.
Solid show. Season 2 ending fell a little flat to me.
Did you play the games?
I did play part. I haven't finished the first game.
Okay, so like, where I found the split one Last of Us has been like really dependent on like who played. I played the games, loved them both. The second one, I was it literally follows the show, like it's the exact same.
Yeah.
And up until like the part where the show kind of paused in this one, I was so mad. I was so angry. I didn't want to keep playing because it made me grumpy. And then you get to the second half of where season 3 will be, and I was like, oh crap, they got me grumpy to make me fall in love again. Jerks. So like there's a payoff. There's a good payoff coming.
No, I know that there's things coming, but it's just from the second last episode to the last episode, like Bella Ramsey's character, like
they've made some.
It was completely switched. Like she was this one, like, well, actually no, it's 2 episodes because there's the middle episode, or the episode with Joel. Before that one where she's beating the girl with the thing, and then the next one she's just like completely like soft.
They made
and that switch where you don't see why it switched or something is like, well, that's kind of random.
Yeah.
And then it ended super quick. I don't know. That episode felt a little rushed and flat. But I'm excited for the next one. But then I'm pissed off that they haven't started filming it yet. I'm like, well, you know this is coming. Film these damn episodes.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait 3 years for the next one.
Keep working on something. I had a friend that was in, they see in the couple episodes in Kansas City in season 1.
Yeah.
Because filmed so much of it in Calgary. I had a friend that was like one of the soldiers, and they were like, he got a bunch of money just to stay on camera, hold up this plastic gun, and have an actor just like jump out and bite his neck.
Cool.
And he got a bunch of money for a day, and he was like, yeah, I got my credit on a show. Life's great. And he got to get killed by a fungus monster. He had a good time.
That'd be a fun one.
Right, wouldn't it? I feel like that's like the thing you
That's
want
a
to
good
be.
story.
Yeah, and I'll have that forever. Like, you want to be like killed by a monster in a movie if that's a background extra, or just like someone around that gets one line.
I was an extra. Oh yeah, what'd you do? Well, I was having a coffee here and this. Whatever.
Meh.
Oh, what did you do? I got killed by a zombie. Awesome.
That's so cool.
I find most shows always have a high point. And then after that high point, they're either trying to get to another high point or they just don't know where to go. And I'm afraid the problem with your show is that it had the Bill episode. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where you go from there.
That was one of the best episodes of television ever made.
I was going to say, so when you put together an episode.
The second episode of the season, the second season was unbelievable.
Like this, you can still be entertained by it, but it is
brilliant.
It's one of those things
director.
where you're kind of like, it's just not as like Dexter's a perfect example. Dexter, which is still going on.
I kind of want to watch that.
Did it come back?
Yeah, it came back.
He didn't die again, but they're leaning into it.
But that was a show that hit its high watermark at the end of the 4th season. Right?
Yeah.
With
John Lithgow's season, right?
Exactly, the Trinity Kill. And then after that, that's always, it's interesting to watch like legacy shows like clearly Last of Us is, and they tend to continue on because people feel loyalty to it or they're invested or whatever. But also you should give yourself permission to just stop. Like once you've seen something you've never seen before, you know you won't see it again, right?
Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was perfect.
Exactly.
And then, I mean, I almost got time for saying Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad.
I think there's a lot of people
I've
who
heard
say
a lot
that.
of people have said that one. I haven't watched either of those.
Yeah.
I need to.
See, that's okay. So now I wish I was with Succession. We switching on that
The
one.
thing though,
Succession was a little different.
That's Succession. Sorry. Succession. Yeah,
Succession was wild because it did keep topping itself. It
really did.
keep hitting
I'm
another.
on season 2, episode 2. I'm gonna
It's
go home this
like
afternoon.
their series finale basically was a movie. It was 90 minutes long.
But you also
Incredible.
also never
The
really
music was
left an
brilliant.
episode of Succession going, that's the best. Like
Yeah, there's a couple.
there were
a
moments
couple. I
where
don't
you're
wanna
like,
say
that
anything
was
'cause I
so
don't wanna
much
spoil
fun.
anything, but no.
I
Or
appreciate
that was
that.
so
There's
There's
wild,
a couple
but-
of episodes that I know he's gonna have to get to that I think
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
you
I think
watch. I walked away from it and
Succession
went,
you
that's just
watched
brilliant
until
television.
the end because you trusted that they were going to hit the next height.
Yeah, I
I
think
will
that,
make sure to text you when I get to some of those episodes.
I will say though, what I would agree with Will too is that they're all so great that like Last of Us, like this season 2, episode 2, when it's been long enough. I'm sorry if you haven't watched Last of Us now. Spoiler alert, but heads up. When Joel dies,
Yeah.
that was brilliant. It was
Perfect.
one of the best television episodes I've seen in a long time. And like the rest of Last of Us is really good, but that one was like another level. I think Succession's always at that another level. That when they have that one episode that beats it a little bit, those couple of episodes, it does it like you don't sit there like that was the greatest. That because it's like, well, this has all just been so brilliant.
Interesting. See, I'm very
It's-
much in that zone about Breaking Bad after you get through like a bit of a slog in the first season where you can tell they're like, this is the groundwork. They're laying everything out for, Mr. Chips to turn into Scarface. And you see the flip. And it's so funny, especially with Breaking Bad, because like there's one, like Skylar White, people hated that character when she was on. And it's really interesting to see how time has gone on. People have become much more like sympathetic. Like Anna Gunn's performance, first off, is unbelievable. Second of all, I think people realized, oh yeah, Bryan Cranston was playing the bad man the whole time.
Well, yeah.
And it took a while for people
Television
to clue into
audiences are always late to what's actually going on,
And
right?
the-
Seinfeld
yeah.
tried this at the end of Seinfeld. Seinfeld told the audience, everything you've been watching, these have been bad people.
Whole time. Yeah.
These are not your heroes. These are idiots and bad people. And the fans hated it because they'd spent 9 years thinking, well, they're just like me. And what Seinfeld said is, you're absolutely right. They are just like you, and you're dumb and kind of a little evil
And then
as well.
And then Curb made it even better when Curb wraps up, though. Like,
Exactly. Because they once again had to tell the audience. But at least with Curb, Curb the whole time you knew that Larry David was an incredibly flawed person. Right? Like
Oh, yeah.
no
The
one
character
ever watched Curb and went, I'm so much like Larry.
Yeah.
Everyone watched Curb and watched these awful moments and were like, oh, I remember when that happened to me. That's awful. I feel gross. Like, and so triggered and I can't look away because it's a car accident, right? Like
Also, I did not realize there's like a side profile of Eric just
Yeah.
gazing. That's
Yeah.
right behind the camera. That is
that's-
unsettling.
no, that's heat. That's what
That's-
he's giving you the heat.
I've known that man for too long to be given the heat. Like we were in college together.
Oh, when I close my eyes, that's what I see. I see him smoldering. Yeah. So, anyways, with
but
Breaking Bad, it's the same thing. Everyone was watching it, and like it literally is in the title, Breaking Bad, and everyone still thought that Walter White was a hero. And it's like it's only on the review that you're like, oh no, he's a monster. And he ruined everyone's life.
See, and that's the thing. Like I've heard about like Succession is some people that the few people that don't like Succession, like that there's no one to like love. I was like, that's kind of like that's like the Sopranos. They're all bad people again.
Yeah.
There's no redeeming quality of some of those.
No, what
characters.
you're
They're all
supposed to
bad.
learn is that when you see those billionaires on your television, you need to realize that they are not aspirational people. They are living a daily hell, right? Like, and like I think we're starting to get our minds wrapped around it when we look at what's going on in society and we look at the people on top, and it's like, well, they shouldn't be in charge of anything because they're incredibly flawed people. And
Not
so,
wrong.
yeah.
Oh man, how's that?
And I watched Succession, and Yeah, Kendall Roy should not be in charge of anything. Yeah,
anything at all. That man should not be running I'd be uncomfortable if he was at the Fast Gas.
Yeah.
Not to say that's not my God, if you work service industry at all, you're a hero. But like, yeah, no, running a big company, you're good, man. You're all just not worth it. I kind of wish I had my phone open to look up the chat because it's so fascinating.
People are talking about gas mowers right now. And apparently Honda stopped producing gas mowers. That's kind of where we're at right now.
Oh, I mean, that's fair.
People are talking about cutting grass.
Hey,
it's got its own thing.
But it's got clover. Got to cut it less. You don't have to worry about the gas mowers.
First of all, if anyone's ever owned a Honda mower, they know that Honda doesn't need to build any more.
You build one, it's good
because
forever.
those ones never break.
Hondas were great mowers.
Yeah.
I used to sell lawnmowers at Sears.
Yeah,
really?
Hondas or
Hondas were the good
Kawasaki's.
mowers that you wanted.
Yeah.
Briggs and Stratton were always good. They're just the
dude.
standards.
I have a very old Husqvarna. It's bright orange.
it's a good build.
Husqvarna was a solid. Like
it's a
those,
good
we didn't
build.
have a lot of those, but those, if you'd want a Husqvarna.
So my dad's so weird. I love Gary Mosimann, but he's a strange guy. He like just pops over to like storage auctions once in a while, like just to see what's in there. And he's like, "Yeah, I bought a abandoned storage thing for like $800. I found a mower and a bunch of tools if you want it." I'm like, "Sure, Dad, sounds great." And then he pulls up. And there's this very, very old, very deeply needed to be maintained, like Husqvarna lawnmower. That thing rocks.
Yep.
So much better than anything else I've had. But like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's from the late '90s.
Just change the oil, man. That's all you need to do. Like, which is.
And go to storage auctions.
Most people don't change the oil in most engines, right? Like, especially
Except the car.
lawnmowers, right? Where they're just kind of like, just put gas in it and it goes until it doesn't. And it's kind of like basic maintenance is gonna let it keep going. Yeah. So yeah, you don't need any more Hondas built. There's enough built.
There's enough out there.
Yeah, there's enough built.
Just go find one on
Yeah,
Facebook
exactly,
Marketplace.
yeah.
Change the oil, and it'll be good to go.
Fine forever.
In fact, the truth is buying a new mower is a sucker's game.
I think buying a lot of new things is
Yeah, exactly.
Like I had a friend buy like, "Oh man, I went and bought like a bunch of new lawn furniture." I'm like,
Why?
"Are you high?
Yeah, exactly.
Why?" Not that that's a bad thing, but like, what are you doing?
Yeah. People are dying every day out there. There's going to be cheap lawn furniture.
Okay, so my older brother
I think it was that they're moving, going to downsize or anything. Somebody died today. Go get their lawn furniture.
Dude, that is my brother's plan on like finding a house. Like I'm waiting for like some older folks to pass away.
That's right.
Kids don't want to take over the house. I'll buy it.
Exactly.
I'm like, Cam, you're a weird guy. But
Yeah, but it
you.
works. My brother in the early days of eBay got into this. He would buy random boxes of slightly used clothes for like $15, and it would like show up, and they would be a huge box, and he would just go through it, and anything he didn't want, he'd donate to Goodwill or the Salvation Army, and like he goes, "Dude, if I get one usable item out of this, it pays for."
That's a good point.
It pays
Your
for
brother?
it. Yeah, this was my brother,
The one that
And,
works
like,
at-
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, and I remember he was like, "Hey, this might fit you," and he handed me something, and it was fine. And so I took it, and I remember just being like, "There's some guy in a Morgan, Massachusetts, who is making a mint right now." Like,
Just taking clothes.
I'm
and
like,
going
there
again.
is no way this is not a dead guy's shirt that I'm wearing right now.
A good shirt's a good shirt. A good shirt's a good shirt. I don't know.
He didn't wear it.
Well, exactly.
He was wearing when he was alive.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they took it off and they put him on dead and then we'll take it.
Yeah, he
So
goes,
you're fine.
He goes, I told my brother this. He goes, "You think?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, what do you think they do with that clothes?" He's like, "Good point."
As Will has already said, somebody's dying every day.
Yeah, dude.
There's deals to be had.
deals to be had. Yeah.
There's a lot of grief, but also sweet, sweet deals, baby. Let's go.
Will opens up the open
Not
every
only
day
that,
to be like, okay, where am I going shopping today?
Wow. Like, dude, every second person out there is a hoarder now. Is the other thing.
I do love an estate sale, though.
Yes.
It's like gone to those,
it's
garage
cool.
sale or something.
Yeah, but it's also, it's like, my folks are both late into their 70s and they're still like buying new stuff. And I'm always just kind of like, well, it was a good price. I was like, I don't.
What are you going to use it?
Exactly.
So I was driving into here. I was listening to EST on the TuneIn radio app, and there was the Ken Holland clip.
The banana one? Or?
It was about the green bananas.
Yeah, don't buy any green bananas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, Ken.
Yeah.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Although he's still a GM in that. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm still grumpy. about Ken
he's also
Holland.
not signing any green bananas either.
Yeah.
Hey,
That was I don't think I've ever seen a team go, we're pretty good, but we keep losing these one guys.
Yeah.
Let's make everything worse, and we'll hope that gets
Oh,
better.
I see what you're going to say. I thought you were going to say, let's design ourselves around beating this one team, because that's what the Calgary Flames did in the 80s, and it did end up in winning them a cup.
It did, yeah. Well, you see, but I feel like the Kings tried to do that and then just fundamentally misunderstood. I know that's not a word. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, no, it is a word. We're doing great. My meds are slow today, y'all. I'm doing my best. But like, I don't know how you look at that defense and go, Jordan Spence? Nah, guy's a bum. Let's get anyone else.
Well, they've made a couple of really dumb trades.
It was Cody. They did sign.
They signed Cody
Ceci.
Ceci.
So in my head,
4 by 4.5, I think. Something
yeah. Okay. So in my head, I popped up. It was like, okay, yeah, Jordan Spencer, Cody Ceci. And then my immediate mental follow-up was, no one's that dumb. They wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Well, they
also brought Corey Perry then. So
they ruined themselves with that Jets trade, right? When they made that Jets trade a couple of years ago, like it ripped all their depth out, all their good depth, right? Iafallo's an absolute horse, right?
Iafallo, I thought was the best part of that trade.
Yeah.
And Gabe Velarde is making
Velarde,
everyone look
exactly,
just goofy. Gabe Velarde's awesome.
Yeah, and they gave them away for what ended up being nothing.
Yeah.
They gave them away for nothing.
A slightly used Darcy Kemper.
Yeah.
But then Dubois has turned into Darcy Kemper, who gave him a great regular season.
Yeah, but he's
not a good player.
ancient, right? Like, and not only that, but they play a trap. Like, it's going to make any goaltender look better than what they are. And
Phoenix Copley is not a level of NHL goaltender.
And
he's been able to look good in that team.
A skilled team decided to play a trap back at them, they have no answer for it, right? Because the Kings' main problem is that they still believe
it's 2010.
Well, they still believe in Anze Kopitar and Drew Doughty. And what I mean by that is they're unwilling to move on from them, because you can't have those guys who have accomplished what they've accomplished take a back seat to any 20-year-old that they've seen come in through the system. Because Drew Doughty and Kopitar are never going to believe that guy should be playing ahead of them.
I got time for that for Drew Doughty. Anze Kopitar still rocks. I think guy's still great.
I think they're both still great, and they would be wonderful on another team where the pecking order was defined, right? If Drew Doughty goes to a Boston Bruins, for example, and the Bruins say, we're going to play you as our fourth defenseman, he goes, okay. I don't have any.
I don't know, man. Charlie McAvoy's hurt enough. He'd be a number one real quick.
Sure, he's exactly the kind of guy that you want in short sprints, right?
Kopitar's that guy.
And Kopitar would be a phenomenal number 2 on any team that's trying to win a Stanley Cup. But he can't be your number 1 because he doesn't score enough. He just doesn't, especially when the going gets tough. Right, he doesn't have the foot speed anymore, and that's what's killed the Kings the last 4 playoffs. Is when things get fast, they can't match it because the guys who are playing 20 minutes a night get slower as the series progresses.
What else hurt them was that Byfield didn't clear that puck.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I do believe they're winning that series.
Yeah, but that was
it's 3-1.
If it's not that, it was going to be something else because the Kings can't beat the Oilers.
No,
that is a team with the yips. Like
yes,
anytime you face up against,
I will say so. The couple of things on that. One also is that comeback in Game 1 that ultimately didn't happen. I think that ruined the Kings too, knowing that no matter what happens,
we're not
the Oilers
safe.
are coming back.
Yeah,
if they had won that game and just dominated from start to finish, I think that series does play out differently. But also in the West, the LA Kings challenged the Oilers the best.
In what way?
They pushed them the most. The Stars didn't push as much.
The
Oilers ran over.
I think the Oilers didn't show up for 3 games.
Okay, maybe, but
I think that's that.
I think as soon as the flip
Golden Knights
switched,
didn't have it against the Oilers, and the Stars didn't have it against the Oilers, and the Oilers just walked through those two teams. And the LA Kings, in the end, ultimately pushed them more than anyone else in the West.
As soon as the Oilers showed up, the LA Kings were not in that series.
But the Oilers showed the Golden Knights and the Stars had not.
Like the only way that you beat the Oilers in the West right now is if an injury happens to
someone big,
a McDavid or a Draisaitl, or you allow them to sleepwalk. They're kind of like as a team, they're kind of like a Jarome Iginla. right? Akinla would start every season slow and then get on fire. He would start a lot of games slow, and then someone would face wash him in front of the net, and he would decide, I'm going to tear everyone's throat out.
Yeah.
The Oilers are the exact same. If you let them sleepwalk, you can get one by on them. As soon as you make them engage, you can't keep up.
The Oilers are at such an interesting point now where like they're almost like Tampa Bay from a couple of years ago, where like we don't care about the regular season.
That's
We're
right.
just going to sleep our way through it. It's fine.
Stay healthy.
Can get a little weird at times.
Yeah.
The Oil Shark Bowl still lingers in my brain. I will not forget the Oil Shark Bowl. A game we lost. I'm still upset. Like, how do you lose the Sharks, man? Then
Because they sleepwalk.
goofy.
Because they sleepwalk. And the reason why they sleepwalk is because they know that they can.
Yeah.
Right? They are a team that has the ability to win 15 games in a row. When they decide to, they can do it. They've done it multiple years now where they have gone on horrible stretches early, only to be followed by the best hockey being played in the NHL for a month and a half, right? Like they play with a level of ego that should piss people off, and it doesn't piss them off enough.
It is a deep play. Like,
yeah.
They
like,
really do.
Like Draisaitl and McDavid, you just see it in their body language that they don't take certain things seriously. And it's because they know that when they've experienced enough playoff games now that they know when push comes to shove, they know how to get over. The problem is that they have run out of gas on their depth for 2 straight Stanley Cup finals, right? You have a healthy Evander Kane. Maybe we're talking about something different in their first Stanley Cup final. You have a healthy now is the name escaping me because I'm old.
I mean, Ekholm was pretty rough at times as well.
No, who blew out his shoulder?
Shoulder. Well, there's Hyman with the wrist.
Yes, Hyman with the wrist. Pardon me. You have a healthy Hyman who was playing like Superman out there. We're maybe talking about something very different in that Stanley Cup final. So we're not talking about 2 superstars that don't know how to flip a switch. They do, and that's what's frustrating about them. I've always said it. They're hot redheads, man. You can't. You're dating a hot redhead now. It's going to drive you crazy. If you're a fan of the Oilers, you're dating a hot redhead.
This is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. Canada's storage experts, more than 2 decades, helping Canadians through life transitions. Canadian storage provider, 50% off on all units, limited time. Sentinel.ca. Graham, Will, Matt with you here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Reminder, Lock Shop coming up at 11, Oil Stream, EST Afternoons, and the Reed Wilkins Show without Reed, Jay and myself. That's going to take you until 6 o'clock right here on Edmonton Sports Talk.
You got a full day of broadcasting ahead of you. That's a big day. That's a full day.
All week. I've got Hangout and the drive show to come. So, and then Friday we're doing it all at Red Tail Landing because we'll be there for the Capital Care Golf Tournament. And then it's going to be an Elks game because, we got pre and post, green and gold kickoff and post game shows because Elks are in Ottawa on Friday looking for 3 straight.
That's the one thing that kind of bums. Like that's one of the things that kind of bums me out about like being the team's like PA announcer for home games. I don't get to listen to any pre or post game shows. Like I'll pick up like a little bit of post game shows. Like I live pretty close to the stadium, so like I'll throw on my headphones on my walk home or like my Lime bike home. But like I miss pregame shows, man. I really like football pregame shows, and I never get a chance to listen to them. So
A lot easier than hockey. It's a lot easier than hockey. Hockey's every 2 days. It's like, do you have the same conversation every day? Football, it's once a week.
Yeah,
I can't have the same conversation once every 2 weeks or whatever.
That's a good point.
How is it doing PA?
It's so cool, dude. It's so much fun. Like
Another 3 points on the board for.
Oh boy. Like the game, this year's been really cool because my first year as the team's like being announcer, which has been a lot of fun. But like I've been with the team. This will be my 4th season total. Like I was the spotter for the last years beforehand, which was really cool and like set me up really well for this. And like I do PA for the Edmonton Miners Lacrosse Club and then the U of A Golden Bears and Pandas. And so
you did the rugby.
Yes, yeah. I've been doing a lot of stuff with Canada Rugby. I'll be going down to Calgary this Friday for their. Yeah, it's really cool. I had sent an email like kind of on a whim because they had asked through the Elks like, hey, do you have someone that can do the rugby matches here?
Men's and women's, or
there was just the 2 men's test matches up here against Spain and Belgium.
That's
Man,
too
it'll
bad
be
that
cool.
women's squad is so good right
And
now.
not enough people are talking about
they
how
are so
crazy
good.
they are.
Yeah.
Like, man, women's rugby.
And so tough. Like, man, if you want to have the nicest surprise, just tune, because you can find them online when they're playing their test matches. You want to see something, watch that Canadian women's rugby squad right now.
They're unbelievable.
They are scary good. And watching them cave the head in of Team USA is just chef's kiss. So good.
On the men's side isn't as far along in their program as the women's, but like I'm really excited because that game it's a Pacific Nations Cup game and a World Cup qualifier for next year. So yeah, I just sent an email being like, hey guys, like it was a lot of fun. Like thanks. If you're ever back in Edmonton, let me know. And I was like, well, we're in Calgary in a couple weeks. So I was like, I'd love to, absolutely. So yeah, it's gonna be weird, like doing PA in McMahon Stadium. That's gonna be strange.
Gross.
I hate McMahon so much, man. I live in Calgary for 6 years. I went to every Elks game down there or double E game when I lived there, and like, I hate that stadium so much.
I do like the sightlines, though. I don't think there's necessarily a bad seat.
There's not, but the act to get, and like if anyone watching, like if you've gone down to a Labor Day game, like like it is cool to like hop on the train, go over that weird little death bridge, and then through the tailgate. But like once you're inside the stadium, the space to get from the front door to your seat is cramped. It smells like pee.
Mm-hmm. It's not good.
It's brutal.
So
I was just at Mosaic.
Oh, I want to go to that stadium so bad.
Sold out crowd. I walked around that stadium, no problem.
Yeah.
It didn't feel sold out.
That's what I felt when I lived in
But it
Winnipeg.
was sold out. Like there were that many people. But when you're in the concourse, just how big it is. Like I'm used to Commonwealth even when if you Heritage Classic last time I was there when it was completely packed.
Yeah.
It's hard to move. Not the same.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Winnipeg. I used to live in Winnipeg when they opened IG Field or Princess Auto Stadium. Great building. Awesome.
Calgary's lack of world-class athletics facilities, is it a 40-year Olympic hangover? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Is it because they got so much built for the 88 Olympics that they don't know how to build anything new ever again?
Because if you live in Calgary, or
I've never lived but just watching being in the Edmonton area, Edmonton has always understood that the only way to have something nice is to build it.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't just run away to the mountains. You like if you want to have a community, like we do have the River Valley, but even that they had to build. You have
not the same, yeah.
You have to put in the bridges, you have to put in the paths, you have to make an investment to make your city better. And
I mean, look at Hurlac. Like Hurlac's been shut down for years. We see how it looks out.
Exactly. Like and we've seen that with the Winspear Center being built, the art gallery being built.
Winspear's going under renovation too.
Exactly. Well, it already has. They're just about to finish, and there's just a culture of sucking it up, I guess is the best way to put it. That there's no white knight who's going to come in and save us. We have to decide as a city council and in a community that this is something that we're going to make a priority. I've just always looked from afar, looking at Calgary, and this goes back to when they lost the Calgary Cannons, when AAA baseball had its slow death in Canada. And it was because they had to decide between, or at least they claimed, they had to decide between a convention center or a new baseball stadium, which I don't think is actually true. You can have both, but they decided on expanding their convention center, and therefore their ball diamond died. They still don't have a quality baseball.
Oh, they just tore down Prairie Colburgan's Park or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The one that's right next to McMahon. They just tore it down. It's a real bummer.
And then
it's
McMahon has needed to be replaced for 30 years.
McMahon's so weird because it's owned by the University of Calgary. It's owned by the university.
It comes down to U of C too in that sense.
Well, except it doesn't. If you're a city, you need a world-class outdoor 40,000 plus stadium. And the problem is that yes, the U of C owns one, but you as a city don't need to wait on the U of C. You can go and find a piece of land.
They just spend money on a new rink.
So,
but this is my point.
And that costs so much money.
This is my point: is that they just punt, and also they didn't pay for that. The province paid for that.
Well, the city's
right. This is kind of what I mean. Like they're used to either Canadian Olympic Committee putting in most of the funding to build speed skating rinks or bobsled or take your pick, or they're used to the university paying for it, or they're used to the province. They, as a city, seem reluctant to put money into facilities.
As someone lived in Calgary for 6 years, and I voted in the Olympic referendum, and I've probably voted more Calgary elections than I have in Edmonton elections, to be honest with you. Calgary's infrastructure stuff when it comes to like big buildings, so much of it truly came down in the 2013 floods. Yeah, 2013.
Okay.
When the photos of the Saddle Dome, the demonic Harvey the Hound mascot head.
Yeah.
They spent so much money to just get the Saddle Dome. I would love to look up how much it is now and how much it would be in today's dollars, because they spent out everything they had to get that stadium up to a point that it could hold a Blake Shelton concert.
Yeah.
After the floods, because like it was such an emotional toll that it took on everyone, and then having like the Stampede get canceled, like the big difference between Edmonton and Calgary is very much like Edmonton. There's a thing to do every single weekend. There is a party. There's a festival. There's an event. There's something going on. Calgary puts so many chips in the Stampede, and Stampede is so all encompassing that when it's over, it's exhausted. Like the business finance is all gone because you spend all your money on Stampede. The personal finance is gone because like a lot of people will spend all their time at like these crazy tents at drinks for $30 a pop. Like you're paying Vegas prices at Stampede. And so, but it's such a point of like personal and physical like identity for the city that they had to put so much money in the Saddle Dome. It was like, well, but we just paid to fix it. We can't get rid of it. We just paid to fix it. And there was a plan in, I want to say about 2016.
Calgary next.
And I think that was the idea of it was so brilliant because you replace a stadium, you get a field house which the city is needed, and you put a hockey rink beside it, and you had Calgary Sport. There was going to put a lot of money towards it. There was just a lot of issues. The land they wanted to put it on was all contaminated by like an old lumber processing plant, and it was on a floodplain. But like, so that's also a problem. But you can find that same idea and put it somewhere else and make it work. And there was. I think people looked at because the price tag I think was $1 billion.
Yeah,
and they were like, "No, can't do that." Well, and it's like, if that had been put forward, I think people would have voted yes on the Olympic bid. Because I don't remember what I voted now, but I think I ended up going yes just because I was like, "This will get money to build."
Exactly.
things.
I think that's the key problem. Is like I remember that Olympic bid, and that was the push. If we do this, then we can get the federal government to pay for all this stuff.
There was also the Calgary Stampede, who runs so much in Calgary.
Okay.
Like if we think Daryl Cates has a part of
the political
mafia
power in that town
thing,
is that.
The Stampede Mafia is very much a friend.
Okay, yeah.
And like the Stampede has between like their grandstand area and the shows they put on, all the things they do, it's a lot. And having a stadium that wasn't going to be on Stampede grounds, from like what I remember hearing at the time, was a really big deal. Yeah. And it's a really bummer for Flames fans. It really sucks. And Stampede fans, especially Stampeders fans.
The Calgary Next thing too is the Stamps still are owned by the Flames, and the Flames don't care about the Stamps to a degree.
Yeah.
And there's a portion of where a lot of people I remember at that time thought this is Calgary, the Flames putting a bigger proposal because in negotiations you'll cut, and it was going to easily be like, yeah, well, okay, we just won't do the stadium, we'll just do the rink.
Or we'll do a different type of stadium that's not necessarily fully covered, but like can still be like a public gathering place. And because even that part of downtown, like there needs to be a fitness center there. The only one that's in like a little radius that's not on the other side of downtown is a little thing. Like, and they could have had a whole big complex in it. And
the issue with the stadium, though, because it's going to happen here in Edmonton, is it's hard to get money for something that's only going to be used 15 times a year at most.
Oh, an outdoor stadium.
Yeah. Well, like that's the thing.
The push. There's so many concerts that are moving up to this bigger size because that's like just the economics of scale. You got to do them in bigger venues.
The arena show is kind of going away, and it's the stadium show for the big tours.
I think so, and I think that's a really great opportunity for some stuff to happen with Commonwealth. I mean, I love that building. It needs some work. It's definitely showing its age.
But then it's like, well, what are you gonna do to it? And can you put a roof on it? Because if you want those shows, you can only do them right now, May, June, July. You got a very short window.
I actually appreciate what's going on with Commonwealth because I'm hopeful that there are sports cities, probably is the best way to put it, cities that have noticed what has happened to Skydome in Toronto.
And how you can reinvigorate an older building. That's
and 1,000%. So that now when you have an ownership group or whatever who's like, you know what, man, we need a new building. I hope that we're now going to have are you sure about that? Are you sure we can't just, because the footprint is there, the transit is there, a lot of the stuff that you need for Commonwealth Stadium to be Commonwealth Stadium is there.
But it's still going to cost a lot.
No, you're
in
right.
this-
No,
and
no,
who's
you're
going
out.
to commit that money? And that's where you have the difficult time right now, which Calgary would have and Edmonton would have, because we're going to put how much money into this for how many dates?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
10
you're,
Elks dates a year.
You're right.
Between regular season and preseason, and at best one playoff game.
Yeah. Oh no, you're
No,
right.
we're good.
No. The
That's the issue
city
that we're
should not be
seeing.
putting in money for.
Well,
for,
but that's like you, and then
for a
CFL doesn't
CFL
have
franchise.
the ownerships type thing to necessarily they're going to put that up.
No, you're right, dude. But you and I are now we're talking about the CFL and whether or not it can be a viable league going forward. I'm not 100% convinced that it can be the way that it's currently situated. The flip side, though, is that we are talking about a city and its facilities. And if you want to be a major city, you need certain types of facilities, and it can't be based around your regular tenant, which would be the CFL team. It has to be based around what the city as a whole needs. And it's the frustration that the Elks has always had is that it's
stadium then.
And that it's a multi-purpose stadium, right? Like
Tear down the racetrack, put a multi-purpose stadium there.
Well,
Like a 30,000 seat stadium. I will say
you could bring those big shows to still.
I do love a smaller
but
stadium.
You
closer
can't
to the field.
You can't take out the track and then claim that you're a multi-purpose stadium.
No, the racetrack.
That's
the old the Northland.
Oh, you mean the horse?
Nice.
You mean the horse
tear
race
that
track?
place down. There's your land. You're right by LRT.
The track is also
You've got massive parking. You've got buses. So it's from a transit perspective, it's all still there.
Problem I have with that is that then you have
right there.
You have the exact same problem that we have with Northlands right now.
Yeah.
Is that
although that's going away.
Then you have a derelict building that we fight over for 15 years about who should be dealing with. Yeah. And trust me, the demolition of a building like that
nightmare.
Yep.
Is in the hundreds of millions of dollars.
Olympic Stadium would have been too built to tear down.
I would rather see them spend hundreds of millions of dollars upgrading the existing.
Right, but then you have to add a roof on it if you're looking for best for the city, and that's just a shot.
If you ever want to like break your brain, like go Google Commonwealth roof, because I want to say it was in like the late 80s.
It was designed to have.
Because there was a couple different like concept drawings. One was to put a hat on it, which I thought was incredible. Other ones, like I think was when they did one of the renovations, they took away the opportunity to add a roof eventually, right? And I still think there'd be like if there was a way to swing it where you could like put something over like the second level of seats, like halfway up the top, and like cover things off like a little bit. I know it's for a lot of people. It's been a lot of years since they've been to an Elks game, and like I'm the team's PA announcer. I'm a little biased here. I think you should come. It's really fun. Like the people that are there are really really putting good energy, and it's a lot of fun. And I think like keeping it a little smaller and keeping away from that like 50 to 60,000 monolith. I don't think you need it anymore.
You do if you want bigger shows.
Yeah.
That's the standard. Like those shows aren't going to 30,000ers. Aidan O'Neill says you could do stadium shows May through September here, but the thing is then you could only get the tours that are around. So you're finding the tours that are hitting. Oh, they're in Seattle and Vancouver at this time of year. Then you could snag an Edmonton day. There are tours that hit those places in February.
Yeah.
And then you can't get them in Edmonton because you're like, well, we can't bring them here. Yeah, so a bunch of tours then are gone, and they're not going to plan their tours around Edmonton. We got to make sure we got to get to Edmonton.
I also love how this started being like, I don't want to. I'm going to feel weird to announce in McMahon Stadium for rugby.
Things always transition. I really want something a little more. I would love if they kept Commonwealth and fully renovated it.
Yeah.
But I think if you are looking at what's best for the city and not the Elks overall, it is also you need a closed facility or a retractable roofed facility.
Yep.
Because then you could do things 365 in that place. You could bring conventions onto the floor. You could bring, a big basketball tournament, build a bunch of courts in there, and have people
you'd have to
come.
do like a full enclosure though. Like you could do what they have in like
a partial enclosure. Yeah,
but you're not going to get those stadiums in February. That's the thing. That's what I'm.
It's about being able to.
Could you find 4 or 5 extra stadium shows to come here in the months of October through to May? that you're not going to get. And you're not going to do that if the dome's open. If there's any sort of element.
Man, that's so like how that it's so above my pay grade. I like the games. I'm having a good time.
I wish I could get those games. If you would like to come to McMahon Stadium, Why not?
That's right.
If there's a day to go to McMahon Stadium, it's Labor Day.
think about this.
EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Well, just 1 second. Labor Day bus. Click on Labor Day bus. You could join. We've got a couple buses. Second bus is filling up very quickly, so you're going to want to get in, as that's going to be out right away. EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
I gotta get in on that still.
Labor Day bus. EST Labor Day is the promo code. It's 125 plus GST. So the regular price is 150 plus GST.
How are we feeling
Round
about them
trip.
against Ottawa this week?
I feel like it's a no-brainer. They're going to win.
So a 4-win Elks squad on a roll going into Labor Day.
3. They'll be 3.
It'd be 3.
If they win, it'll be 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they won.
They lost. So they won Ottawa, lost to BC, lost to Saskatchewan, lost to Hamilton. Have won 2 straight.
We should have won.
There'll be 4 overall.
Should have won that Hamilton.
No, that's what I'm saying. A 4-win, not in a row.
No, I thought
a 4-win overall team going in to McMahon. That's a very different story.
Oh yeah.
Elks are the underdogs according to Play Alberta, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that though. Ottawa's so weird, man. Like Bob Dice has looked at points this year. It's like, man, when are you walking to the office and being like, hey, thanks, off you go? Like his team is really interesting. Like without Drew Brown, as he kind of goes, the Red Blacks end up going. Because like I love Jeremiah Masoli, talk college football. He was great Miami Hurricane. He was cool when he was here for a little bit. Guy's not. He doesn't have it. He does not have it.
I've never been a Mazzoli believer, honestly.
He's like Jared Zabransky, where I wanted him to be so awesome.
He had a period of time where he was really good.
Jared Zabransky at least looked like a quarterback.
And then a couple devastating
looks like
injuries.
me playing quarterback. That's probably my problem.
Zabransky also did have an undefeated Boise team once upon a time. Man can run on that forever.
Absolutely.
But yeah, the Red Blacks are weird because they can pull something together out of nowhere. Like Khalil Pimpleton is one of the least talked about. What should be a superstar in this league because he is so electric when he gets the ball, especially in speed.
Do the Elks have a defense now, or have they just lucked out into taking on some teams that have hemorrhaged players on offense?
I think
Saskatchewan, Hamilton, good teams, and they did well against them.
Yeah.
Montreal, Toronto was kind of like, well, they did their job.
Yeah.
But they also, Montreal and Toronto.
Yeah.
But
Montreal without Dave Selkirk.
Toronto's passing because all they have is a passing attack. Like they don't run the ball. What the Elks defense is able to put together against Toronto, I think, is a really big indication of growth. Like I think JC Sherritt early on this season, you could tell there was like, okay, we are working things out with a new coaching staff. Like Chris Morris, I think, said it last week. Like, yeah, this is a young coaching staff that's growing together. And I really think you saw that on the defensive side. One thing that I don't know if it's been talked about a ton, but like I've really noticed, Nick Anderson getting hurt sucks. Like it's a bummer. He had such a great rookie season, and he has a really good this season until he got put on the 6th game. But that gave the team a chance to put Joel DeBlanco as a starter, as a Canadian. And Joel DeBlanco is legit. He is so good. He is fast. He is mean, and he is smart. And I've been watching him. I think has made a really big difference.
Listen,
in that core.
I tuned into that game, and the game was in the balance, and the Elks had a chance to go up by, was it 8 or maybe? No, it was probably only 7, and they missed that field goal.
Blanchard missed that field goal. Yeah.
And I was just like, I've seen this before. I've seen this choke job. I've seen this choke job from this team so many times. And for that defense to step up the way they did in that final 10 minutes, I don't want to say it was hope, but it felt close to hope as an Elks fan to watch them kind of figure their crap out a little bit.
Well, I will say this about the defense, and the stat of the night is the Toronto Argonauts were 1 of 5 in the red zone.
Yeah.
They allowed the Argos to march down the field.
Yes, they did.
The Argos were able to get yards on this team. But when the Argos got within the 10, and they got inside the 10 a few times, they shut them down.
Because
they didn't allow the touchdown. That was a bend, don't break defense we saw.
Early in the season, we saw this Elks squad with the game in the balance, late in football games, just get the doors blown off. And to see them hold the fort and watch their offense sputter and then give their offense a second chance to put the dagger in, that was impressive for me.
The fumble recovery from Robbie Smith near on that when Toronto was pushing down, that was absolutely the thing they've needed all season.
Toronto was looking like they were going to maybe score in there.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I
Feeling
had
really
that.
good.
That's what I mean by like when they missed, I was kind of like, oh crap. I've seen this. Seen this a million times.
Well, especially after like Vincent Blanchard had his start to the season that was just like, oh, miss convert, miss field goal, miss convert. Is this Boris Beatty 2? Like, what do we have going on here? And then he's like dialed himself in when he needs to.
Yeah.
And he's been real good.
2 misses this past week, but one was over 50.
Yeah.
And he had the leg. So and he hasn't kicked a lot of 50s this year, so I'll give him a pass.
He hits them in the pregame, man. He is pounding that ball.
And the other miss, lace was the holder didn't turn the lace out.
Well, because Cody Grace is normally the holder, and he's been hurt.
hurt.
So that's having Cole Snyder go in. Although bless Cole Snyder for the
he
touchdown saving tackle at the end of the second half. Well, first half. Oh boy!
But that was so I give a passes to Blanchard for those 2 misses. Like 50, I'm always going to be like, hey, you're young, you're trying to figure that out. But then he nailed one of them.
Oh yeah.
And then the other one, the lace was in. So it's like that is always like we are from.
But
Dusty said on the call.
But he nailed that final field goal.
Yeah. And the one that really mattered.
And it felt to me,
which is the reverse of what Beatty would have done last year. He made the ones when it's like whatever, but when it mattered, he missed.
Well, so it felt to me like he missed that field goal. You could see the entire offense absolutely deflated by it. And then their defense comes out and puts a stick in them twice. Mm-hmm. And it was the next time when they had their opportunity, they looked way more relaxed. Yeah. They looked way more like, oh, so we don't need to save the world. We just need to kick a field goal.
I think I'm going to give like Coach Killam a lot of credit here because especially when Blanchard is missed, the first person that goes to go talk to him is Mark Killam. And he is right there to be like, hey, get your head back in, you're good. And when you've had a guy that's been a special teams coordinator for so long, who has been blessed with maybe the greatest kicker in CFL history for his time in Calgary, and Rene Paredes, you see a lot of ups, see a lot of downs.
It just struck to me that's how a defense impacts your offense.
Yeah.
It's not even so much about field position or getting the ball back. It's about giving your offense the calmness that they can A, take some risks, and B, they don't have to win the football game on every possession.
It helps when you have Justin Rankin who runs and
he might be the most dynamic offensive player right now.
Yeah, he's non-quarterback. Unbelievable.
But you know what I mean?
Cool.
Like
he's doing great from both sides, catching and running.
Like when your offense hits the field and knows that they can have a 3 and out and it's not going to be the end of the world.
Takes a lot of pressure off. Whereas early in the year with that defense, every time the offense hit the field, it was like, not only can we not go 3 and out, but we need to extend this drive for 6 minutes. Yeah. Because we got to get to a break here before we let this defense back on the field because it'll be a quick score. Yeah. Right? Like, so.
Mark Killam will be on the Reed Wilkins show, 3:40 today with myself and Jay Mill.
He is. Have you talked to him a couple times? He is awesome. Like I met him a few times when I was working out in Calgary. Because like for preseason stamps, like bring people over to the radio station I was working at. I've met Bo Levi Mitchell's giant Samoyed dogs. They're
cool.
It's a cool guy dog. Yeah.
I'm glad his dogs are cooler than him.
One of them's named Titan. That's a little all right, Bo. Okay, but like Killam will come in and he's so talking to him for a few minutes makes you want to I'll jump through a wall. Sure, let's go. Happy to do it.
Yeah,
like he's like that kind of personality.
Bo reminds me so much of Jeff Garcia, and I just was not a Jeff Garcia fan. Because he had this attitude like, I'm too good for this league. Then Jeff Garcia went and proved that he was too good for this league.
But Jeff,
right? Like he went to the NFL and actually got some wins as a starting quarterback.
Went to playoffs.
Whereas Bo Levi Mitchell carries that same attitude, and you're like, dude, you are not too good for this league.
I remember the days of Drew Tate and Bo Levi Mitchell deciding who was going to be the starting quarterback in that weird era.
Drew Tate after Kevin Glenn.
When Calgary went that weird era when they had those terrible black helmets with white face masks. Yeah. God, those were awful.
Yeah.
Quickly for Play Alberta over under playalberta.ca. Play Alberta, download the app. EST Sports, deposit 20, get a $50 free sports bet. Just back to Elks. Red Bucks. If I set your confidence level at 75% that they're going to win this week, over under.
Oof. I can't do it.
You're under?
Yeah, I'm under.
So I'll take the over.
You know what?
That makes me
I'm not confident about the Labor Days yet. But Ottawa,
you shouldn't be confident about the Labor Days, but you also shouldn't be confident in the other side. Like you also shouldn't be going into Labor Day going, wow, they're going to get their heads kicked.
Labor Day though, I think you can throw out Labor Day. Like if Labor Day, if there's one thing I've learned is because I've loved the CFL and like the Eskimos and Elks, like I've loved them my whole life.
Yeah,
I've been to so many Labor Day games, and I think I've seen them win once. Every time I don't go, they end up winning, weirdly enough.
So it's your fault.
Apparently. Maybe I shouldn't come on the bus. That's a problem.
Yeah.
But like there's something you can just throw out about Labor Day where it doesn't matter who's playing who. I know it doesn't have the same kind of pageantry that maybe it did once upon a time, but like there is still extra spice in that stadium on Labor Day. Because like there's a lot of Calgary fans, they'll go to 2 games a year, a playoff game and Labor Day.
Well, and that Edmonton, like the rematch, it looks like it's already trending to be a really good crowd for that.
Well, it's the back to school special.
All that.
Yeah.
Kids getting free. Come on, it'll be great.
Another 3 points on the board. 4.
Hey.
Gents, thanks for coming in. The 2 hours is up.
We talked about a lot of silly things for a long time.
And some serious things. We were all over the place. We just got into some big things.
So band drafts.
Band drafts.
Lower your expectations on your first home.
Motorsports is awesome, even though everyone dies.
Awesome, even though we're kind of guilty for Greg Moore's death.
Bowl of cereal at the end of the night.
Hawkins cheesies in the freezer.
Use chopsticks.
Chopsticks for your chips.
Yeah.
Boom. We just solved this bunch of world's problems here on the Hangout. Presented by Sentinel Storage. Up next, Lock Shop. We got Oil Stream. EST Afternoons, Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. He's Wil Fraser. Graham Mosimann. Thank you for coming in, both of you. Do appreciate it. I'm Matt Iwanyk. On behalf of those two, thanks for tuning in. Right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. As I said, coming up next, it is the Lock Shop. Don't go anywhere.
Look at this. Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout, presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here, joining us today.